This lesson is about recording in social casework. In this lesson, the concept, purpose and types of recording will be discussed. Objectives. After completion of this lesson, you should be able to explain the purpose of recording, understand different types of recording and also know the importance of technology in case recording. The Social Work Dictionary 1995 defines recording as the process of putting in writing and keeping on file relevant information about the client, problem, prognosis, intervention, progress of treatment, social, economic and health factors contributing to the situations and the procedures for termination or referral. The social work record should also emphasize the client's strengths and solutions for change. The dictionary acknowledges that there are many types of social work recording and the type used may depend upon factors such as agency requirements, the social worker's theoretical base, style and type of intervention. Recording is an extremely important method to learn casework practice. In fact, the very purpose of fieldwork, the heart of social work training, is defeated without recording of the interactions during fieldwork. Recording helps in learning as one, while recording gets an opportunity to reflect back upon his interaction and locate the wrongs committed by him. Maintaining record occupies a significant place in social work practice and its need is well documented in literature. Similarly, recording is accepted as a necessary practice in social casework. Recording in casework means writing the description of the individual's activities in detail. Caseworker writes about the individual and his or her response to the facilitator, behavioral pattern, type and extent of participation, movement, growth and change in individual and his own role. In the simplest terms, case records document who did what and why they did it. Records ensure that clients receive adequate and appropriate services, assure case continuity and provide means for administrative monitoring. They are tools for diagnosis, assessment, treatment planning, ongoing monitoring of services to client and in some situations record are considered legal documents. They may be used for teaching and supervision for interprofessional communication and to improve practice skills. Case records also provide agency administrators with information necessary for management and resource planning. The record provides clinical, legal and ethical accountability to the client, to the organization and also to the profession. It documents that the agency and the worker met expected standards of care. Records are used to plan, implement and evaluate services to clients, to prepare for court testimony and may provide part of a practitioner's legal defense. Decisions about granting or withholding benefits are based on case records. Courts and social service agencies use case records to determine eligibility for benefits and for such crucial decisions as removing children from parental custody. Records are also used to evaluate appropriateness of the process used and the work done. It provides an opportunity to offer constructive criticism to the worker, to take care of his deficiencies and to improve his performance. Recording by itself provides an opportunity to the caseworker to develop insight into his own personality and social functioning, leading to a desirable change in him or her. Purpose of recording. Recording in social casework serves the following purposes. It aids practice, it aids administration, it aids teaching and supervision, accountability to the client, to the organization and to relevant legislation. Evidence of facts are gathered. Assessment, intervention and outcome is done. Ongoing essential information is collected. A clear statement of social work involvement on an ongoing basis is done. Relevant information for future social work involvement and continuity of care. Documentation for the purposes of research and program evaluation. The changing focus of record keeping. The demand to document accountability has been growing since the 1970s. The case records have become increasingly important measures of accountability and organizational and professional effectiveness. Diminishing resources, however, have produced conflicts between the time required to meet increased demands for accountability and the need to serve more clients. The focus of social work records has changed from analyzing the intervention process to documenting the results of specific actions. In settings such as healthcare, social workers who do not document productivity may risk the reduction or elimination of their positions. This growing emphasis on accountability and effectiveness may be undermining the case record's most important historical function, documenting clients' treatment. Many agencies are currently attempting to simplify the structure of case records by using brief recording outlines in cases involving only information and referral or uncomplicated discharge planning. For cases that require extensive documentation, agencies are developing outlines, checklists or brief norms to shorten or replace lengthy, detailed narratives. These formats limit space and specify what is recorded. What they may not take into account, however, is the client as a source of important information or the interrelatedness of the problems. In theory, a more focused, behaviorally specific, concrete approach to recording should be more efficient. In reality, many social workers are having difficulty making the conceptual change from traditional recording methods. This can result in expanding rather than reducing time spent on recording. Use of technology in record keeping. In the mid 1960s, the use of computer technology increased to maintain accountability in administration of industries. Not only industries, social service agencies started using computer for client lacking support for decision making, caseload management and to maintain case records. Simplification of record keeping and enhancing efficiency is possible through technology. Case management can be made less complicated by using computers as they have capacity to handle data and oversee professional activity. It is easy for the practitioners to collect required information from computerized recording systems and enables the caseworker to continuously obtain relevant information. Principle of confidentiality is vital in the casework process. The introduction of computerized recording does raise ethical concerns about privacy and potential misuse. Some workers felt that it will dehumanize client-worker relationship. Questions also exist about the reliability and validity of various computerized assessments used by the social service agencies. Although some workers are uncomfortable to use technology in recording casework, the use of computer can systematize case records and simplify review, store large amount of data. Specific software on recording can also be used to assist in monitoring and assessing clients' program in treatment. Modern life demands practitioners of caseworkers to get familiarized with technical and ethical issues surrounding computerization. Technology should be used in ways that will benefit their practice and their clients. Ethical issues in recording of casework. Records may be used by practitioners, supervisors, consultants, other professionals and agencies, the courts, oversight and funding organizations, managed care networks, accrediting groups, clients' families and attorneys. Because the case record has so many potential audiences, social workers must carefully consider what information to record, how it might be used and why they are recording it. The defensive record keeping that may protect social workers from charges of negligence can undermine clients' privacy. But as of yet, no model exists for balancing this conflict. Agency administrators often require social workers to collect a great deal of sensitive personal client data to meet administrative needs. Many social workers do not see this information as their pertinent to their work with clients. Specifics of good recording. Most of the social workers agree that the information in case records should be factual, objective, relevant, well written and accurate. Hamilton 1946 views good style and good content as inseparable and readability as the most important single factor in a case record. Scantlate, poorly written and unorganized records fail to reflect the quality of caseworker and client interactions. Such records cannot be used as reference by next generation practitioners. The content of case records changed with times. Case records in past focused on understanding clients' diagnostic thinking, self-knowledge and social competence. Records in recent times are narrowed and focus on understanding and providing remediation of specific problem or need. It focuses primarily on 4 components: need for diagnosis, treatment goals and plans, service activities and outcome of treatment. Records can be written in different ways. The most effective way is the process recording. Other ways of recording are narrative, role recording, summary recording and abstract. Narrative process and role recording form a continuum. Narrative recording. A beginner in casework should start with narrative recording. In narrative recording, Everything that has happened is recorded as it has happened. The attempts are to reproduce the situation. It consists of all the statements, observations and comments of the worker. It is narration of the happenings, a detailed accounts of the events which go in the narrative recording. Process recording. Process recording has served as the basis of research, assessment and case planning since the mid 1920s. Perhaps its most important function has been to facilitate student learning in field instruction and supervision. Students and supervisors use written transcripts to assess both the process and content of student-client interactions. An approach that enhances interventive assessment and planning skills, evaluation of practice and student self-assessment. A recording that is of inestimable value to the learners of social work methods is process recording. Process is a continuing development involving many changes. It is a series of actions, changes or functions that bring about an end or result. Process recording tries to record these developments and actions. These developments are directly and meaningfully related to understanding of the person in situation and the intervention process. It is selective in its recording. In process recording, the process of helping is recorded, which includes the relevant conversations, observations and reactions of the worker in the developmental sequence. Tips for writing process recordings. Write a draft immediately after the session so you capture the dialogue and you get reactions accurately. Give yourself 30 to 45 minutes after an interview to write the process recording. You may need more time depending on the intensity and length of the session. For the analysis section, reflect on what you have learned in your social work courses, theory, direct practice, human behavior and how it relates to your interaction. This type of recording is performed when the student has a face-to-face interview with an individual, family or group. Telephone contact with an individual client. Direct service process recordings. Process recording in this context is a detailed word for word exchange between the worker and the client. It would be prudent to recount this exchange as soon as possible in order to accurately retain information. If there is an opportunity to use an audio or video recorder, then process recording permission to record from the client is necessary and their consent should be documented. In the case where you will not be electronically recording, it would be helpful to take notes in a manner that does not detract from your engagement with client. Process recordings serve the following functions. They are primarily useful as teaching, learning tool. The process recording helps the worker to recall the interview in an objective manner and to see the interview in a different light. Process recordings do give the pertinent information that assures appropriate follow-up in case the worker is not available in a time of crisis. An important learning experience for workers is learning about themselves, particularly in their relationships with other people. Through process recording, the worker learns how he or she relates to other people. Space is reserved in the process recording format for the worker to identify his or her feelings related to interactions with clients. Through the use of the process recording, the field instructor can assist the worker in understanding his or her feelings and behavior in interactions with clients. Role recording. Role recording, a refined version of process recording, is highly selective in its approach and focuses on the role of the worker in his interaction with the client. Summary recording tries to summarize the interactions with focus on main events. It avoids detail of any event. It is useful for keeping the records of the work carried out. This is used in the regular practice when the therapist is hard pressed for time. Summary recording. Summary recording saves time and labor when process recording comparatively is very time consuming. Finally, abstract, a condensed form of summary recording, presents the basic idea or action taken. Sheffield has defined summary in social casework recording as a digest of significant facts in the client's history which has previously been recorded. Summary could be a diagnostic, summary, periodic, summary or closing summary. The closing summary is a summary made at the time the case is closed. To be most effective, it should be written by the worker who was responsible for the case at the time of closing. The periodic summary is simply the summary of material previously recorded and is made at more or less regular intervals, or at the end of more or less definite episodes in the family history. Good case recording is possible through following: improving writing skills. The ability to write clearly and coherently is the foundation for recording, and many case workers need help with basic writing skills. Good case records include using active voice, writing clearly and concisely, framing objective descriptions of people, their environments and verbal interactions. Collective relevant information. Case recording documents information gathered through observations and interactions. Worker need to have ability to formulate and ask open-ended questions and closed questions to collect information from the clients. Practitioners must be familiarized with different forms and formats of case record used in various agencies and fields of practice. Expanding computer literacy. Today's case workers enter an increasingly computerized workplace. Fieldwork agencies should introduce training on ethical implications for privacy and confidentiality that computerization presents. Research. Develop partnerships between the academy and social service agencies to research, develop and evaluate formats and processes that enhance practitioners' capacity to fulfill contemporary recording requirements. Summary. Recording is collecting all the information related to client. The most effective way of recording is process recording, and there are also many other ways of recording such as summary recording, role recording and abstract. Use of technology, that is computer, in case recording is the most effective way in recent trends.